Per this suggestion and the amount of views my Plants vs Zombies videos get, I've decided I will indeed rank every plant from every world from worst to best. This takes into account the plants used in both its home world and other worlds. Starting off is of course the first world, Ancient Egypt. Although tutorial plants are found in Ancient Egypt pinatas, they will be saved for the modern day list due to being players' house plants in essence. Also, as I'm going to explain later, I'm not counting the cabbage pulp as a tutorial plant. Also, I started playing sometime after the good old 1.7 update, so anything before with stars and whatnot will be disregarded in these videos. I'm GMVS, starting from the bottom is the Grave Buster. My ranking on the worst plants in the game list may have been a little unfair considering how useful it is in Pyramid of Doom and Dark Ages, as well as certain battles with super tombstones in, which is now a thing. But it loses points due to the fact it's a rarely good choice in its home world. By the way, I'm completely ignoring the expansion pack levels in these videos because they got removed from the map, so if they're not on the map then they're not real levels in my view. My point is that the Grave Buster is pretty much a waste of slot. There's no tomb raisers to create more graves, and there are only 6 levels in Ancient Egypt that feature tomb raisers. And even then there are only 4 before the mummy memory levels were replaced with regular ones. Let's commemorate the memory of the mummy memory. So overall, the Grave Buster shines most in Dark Ages, especially due to its free cost being highly advantageous due to the lower sun income in the world. 6 is Iceberg Lettuce. This plant is useful early on for freezing zombies at the start of the levels to build up more sun and get some offence down, and is especially useful in its home world to extinguish the flames of explorer zombies. However, in other worlds it is usually surpassed by the Stunion due to its greater range and compatibility with fire plants. This applies double in Frostbite caves because the lettuce can't even freeze them in that world, it just chills them instead. On the flip side, the Iceberg Lettuce can freeze all zombies at once when you use plant food with it, while the Stunion just stuns them in an area. Number 5 is a Twin Sunflower. Now, it's always a shame when the last plant unlocked in a world is on the former half of the list, especially considering there's only one more level after unlocking a plant, and in this case it's one where you can't even use it. Nonetheless, the Twin Sunflower is good for obvious reasons, with planting space being the main one. If you use them in a 1-3-5 formation, you can effectively use multi-lane or splash damage plants solely in the remaining spaces, so you only really take up a column. Still, the slow recharge, inability to use at the start of level and costing more than it produces is definitely superseded by the Primal Sunflower and to an extent the Sun Shroom. 4 is the Bloomerang. This is a hell of a plant when you first unlock it due to it being able to attack 3 zombies at once in its lane, making it great for trespassing graves and for neutralising camel zombies. Sadly, it's surpassed by Laser Beam, which is easy to obtain in the far future, especially due to the key explosion that gives you all world keys after defeating the inaugural Gargantua. From there on, Bloomerang is superseded in all aspects with the exception of sun cost, but on its own it does hold strong, especially prior to the far future update for any OGs. Now we have the Cabbage Pult. I know that in a recent update means this plant is now unlocked in the tutorial level, but I'm counting it on this list. Why? 1, to even things out across the list. 2, because for asking and EA for just changing that all of a sudden, and because back in my day it was an Ancient Egypt plant. Anyhow, I've always found it to be stronger than its yellow counterpart. Its plant food is a great haul clearer, and in situations such as graves, snorkel or excavator zombies, it should be used as opposed to straight shooters. Other counterparts, besides the kings of the catapult type, may challenge it later on, but this and the Bloomerang are key to surviving the first world. The second best Ancient Egypt plant, in my opinion, is the Repeater. This is debatable for a few reasons. First of all, it may seem dumb to use considering 2 pea shooters can easily be used instead, due to the initially equivalent sun cost. Secondly, it's outclassed by the fire pea shooter. However, it can be good to get a relatively quick defense early on in levels if used in tandem with slowing plants, meaning you can easily kill a conehead if your pea shooter isn't yet strong enough to take it on alone. Furthermore, Ancient Egypt has numerous levels with a limit of how many plants can be present, making this a great choice. It may be outdone by the likes of the Red Stinger if you get to Lost City, but it isn't a plant to disregard, especially when you add in its awesome plant food effect. And taking the top spot is one of my favourite plants in the whole game, the Bonk Choy. Whether it's used as a support plant with a long ranger, the weapon of choice for tough targets when used with defensive plants, or a quick sub in for a cherry bomb with its plant food power, the Bonk Choy is packed with versatility. Its ability to attack from behind makes it a good choice for the likes of prospectors and nymphs thrown by gargantuas. Furthermore, you can even trap a zombie in between two to beat the holy pudding out of it. Although it seems so very simple, it's not too hard to see why this is the best close range plant in the game. Well, that thing is premium, so it doesn't even matter in my opinion. That's it for this video. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and obviously ranking style videos are very debatable, so you don't need to take this as gospel. I am GMVS, see you soon.